Okay, now we go to conclusion action plan. This is something was missing when I started Amazon Mastery first version, and we didn't do action plan at the beginning. And then, what happens is that, when you gather all this information and don't do action plan, what happens? Well, it dies here. Information dies here. Okay, so now we need to bring this research to life and create irresistibly attractive listing on Amazon. So if you don't bring your information to life, it dies on this document, right? And so first question is like create comparison table. And the reason I'm asking this comparison table thing is that because it's like an infographic, right? So can you I don't remember. Yeah, last week I asked people okay, one major mistake or one major thing that people do when they create listings is okay. Can you tell me in 10 seconds why I should buy your product instead of competitor's product? Are you able to explain me in 10 seconds? And when I open your listing, can I see it in 10 seconds? And let me ask you one more question. If I don't even click your listing and I type in the main keyword on Amazon and look your product on there on the first page, can I see in 10 seconds why your product is better than others, right? And how do you do that? How do you create that? How do you explain people in 10 seconds something, right? Well, here you go, you have. Comparison table. It's an infographic. Infographics take this as a picture. Imagine this is a picture, right? I'm gonna go through pictures some other week, but I think it's next week, next Thursday, we're gonna speak about how to create crazy images. And here, imagine you're creating this picture, right? Here's the 3 columns, right? So must-have attributes, like these are the things on top here, right? What are the must-have? Bluetooth, I don't know, USB cable, what was there, right? And now, what are the must-have things that everyone must have? I remember when I went to the buying TV in Estonia from a store, then the guy said that your must-have attribute is 100 hertz. Why? Because you don't go below that. This is already, bad, right? So what are the must-have things? And to your product and other products, right? And then now you made this improvements, right? Maybe you improved some quality thing, right? Maybe you improved some usability thing. Maybe you create better instructions. Maybe you added some information product to your product, right? Maybe you had some sort of extra element to your product, right? Maybe you add some extra product to your element, right? So you bring them out here, right? What is that you did for your product? Why your product is better than others now, right? And so if you create this table, what happens to your own brain is you are also now able to explain me in 10 seconds why I should buy your product, not competitors, right? And again, super simple stuff. It's the reason I always created this stuff because I want my employees to do the stuff correctly, right? This table is again simple. You do it and think about this as an image, as an infographic. If you don't know what infographic is, go to Pinterest and type in infographic, and then you see different infographics, and you can think about what kind of infographic, how do you want to show it yourself, right? But anyway, I'm not going to go into diving into the images, but you need to create image out of that. And you need to put this as a second image, like I can explain it. You can use a second or seventh image, right? Basically, when people come to your listing, then the second image, the second thing, what is that people do when they come to your listing? They look the second image secondly, usually, or they start from the bottom. They start looking seventh image, last image first, and then they go from down up. So there are 2 ways. And then when they have watched your images, then they start reading the bullet points. That's usually the way, right? It's not confirmed, but this is what I perceive works. So either seventh or second image, you make this one. Now you're able to explain people who visit your listing why they should buy your product instead of competitors, right? Again, main image. So main image is one of the most important elements on your listing because main image drives clicks and clicks and makes your ads actually more effective. And so it also drives rankings really, really decently. So describe, draw, explain, create different possible main images that make us stand out, look more valuable than competitors. Even when we have low amount of views, so people really want to click and check our product. So basically what you need to do is you need to go here on Amazon, type in your main keyword, you know, let's say car trash can. And basically what you need to do now, how we create images is that we are zoom this out, we zoom this stuff out, sorry, we make it small, and then we put our product here next to these images and ask ourselves, okay, does my product stand out now? That's how we do it. We make it small, we go like view, zoom out, make it really, really zoom out. And then we put our product like next here, somewhere in the middle here. And then we ask ourselves, okay, do we stand out? Are we somewhere, are we somehow in contrast? I remember like this, and by the way, guys, if you think that there's no way you do that, then contrast comes from different ways. You can be in contrast with colors. You can be in contrast with shadows. You can be in contrast with image types. Like there's a bottle here. There's just a product here, right? And here is the whole image. You can be in contrast with different elements. Like you see, people are adding water bottles. There's a cup here, right? Maybe if I would be this guy, I would put like a big red cup here, right? So you need to ask yourself, how can I be in contrast? So because contrast drives curiosity. Headline. What are the must-have features and improvement of features? So again, if you go here, let me zoom in back, you can see there's there's different things in a headline that people may want to read. Like for instance, size. Maybe size is important. Maybe compatibility is important. Well, I cannot see it right now, but anyway, there's different things. Like in this product, like maybe leak proof, right? So anyway, you need to determine what are the must-have things. And so if people compare these, I mean, one example is like, I was selling honey. Actually, I was selling one Estonian supplier honey on Amazon. And you know, as soon I put like the kilo price to the headline, my visitors get better, because the kilo price, you know, people were comparing how much is in kilos, like what's the kilo price for the kilo, like because the price of the unit is always deceiving, right? So because it was important to them, right? So what are these must-have features you need to show on the headline so people can compare your product on the main keyword, right? Let's see any like other like I don't know. So basically, yeah, like you need to read and put what is that you need to speak in the headline, because people want to compare, and first they compare by image, looking at the image, right? And secondly, they may compare by looking at the headline here, right? So if the headline has, this is another bad experience, yeah. So you just need to show them, you need to help people to be able to compare your product to the other products here. And it has to immediately show somehow some sort of competitive advantage. Like here's the 4-pack on image, right? Cool. Price, what's your price compared to market price? Top 5 average price, your selling price. And by the way, this is like just the brainstorming again. You put ideas down here, right? So what can you do? What kind of things you should show on headline? What your price could be? And now you speak about your images. Like I'm gonna tell you one more secret. So if every image you do doesn't have a purpose, then don't do that image. Don't do nice images. Every image should serve a purpose. And you know, we have an image type. We're going to speak about images, I think next week. But you know, that's why you created these things: who's buying, for who they buy, why they buy, where they use it. You can do one image about where they're using it, right? Maybe some occasion, right? What they like about it. Great sentences from reviews. You can do one image about that. You can do one image why they are buying, like what are the reasons, problems, maybe stories they speak about the product, right? If you know the customer language, and if you know what, you know, nobody buys a drill, they buy hole in the wall. Like nobody cares about drill, they care about solving some sort of problem with the drill, right? So what is that they want to do with that? So, and again, they need to see themselves on the images, right? And so that's why you created all this research here, and also this quality issues, usability issues, instructions. You can also address those on the images. And now you need to create this image plan for every image, right? And by the way, if you go, let's go back to this, let's see, Bluetooth speakers. There was like a lot of these reviews here. So you can also go through the, again, we're going to go to how to create images, but you can see there's questions and answers on every single page, right? So you can see there's votes on these, right? So you can, if you just visit some competitors' questions and answers, then you can see what kind of questions people are asking about this product, and you can make an image around it. If you see some questions always, let's say you visit 5 competitors, and on every competitor, the same question always appears, right? Obviously, you want to show that on the image, right? You want to show that, you want to explain that on these images, right? And now the same thing, you do plan for every image, and now you go to the bullet points, same thing. By the way, the first bullet point is most important bullet point, because in the first bullet, you actually want to, again, explain, make some sort of, explain to the person why your product is something that they look for, why they don't need to look further, why your product is a good product compared to others. And by the way, in my opinion, you don't need to sell people. Imagine, like, I'm pretty sure you have already had experience when you go to the store and want to buy something, and the customer service really explains everything about the product, explains the features, explains the materials, explains how you use it, maybe ask some questions about you, and then you go, oh, thanks, that was amazing information, right? And so you come and say, oh, I got so much smarter, like this person really teaches me about this product. Now I know how to make my purchase decision better. And you know what? That's what I recommend you to do on Amazon. Provide value to the customers. Provide them something that they will go away from you and say, oh, wow, thanks. This was amazing information. This helped me now. I realize what type of product I actually need. And you don't actually want to sell people products they don't want. If you try to deceive people, they will give you a bad review because they didn't want the product anyway. So you actually want to help people to do the smart decision. And you actually want to show them also how you did the work for them already and improved some problems and things about the product. And that's why you kind of need to think about here and write down the plans for these bullet points and description. So yeah, that's basically about it on this tool. So how does the blueprint help you? Let's do a quick summary. First of all, you can eliminate a lot of issues and by just reading reviews, and then you can make these issues your competitive advantages. If you can improve these issues and remove these issues with Chinese suppliers, what can happen is that you will release a new version, superior version on the market. You don't release the same crap everybody else are selling. Same again, you also can use these issues that you read from competitors' reviews by telling these issues to your customer in your bullet points and telling them, hey, guys, if you want to make a smart decision, avoid this, avoid that, avoid this material, avoid this type of product because these are not good because and that's why we made this product, our product this way, so we don't have those problems. What else? You also, in the blueprint, you studied who is buying, why they buy, for who they buy, where they use, why they use, and maybe some kind of information you can add to the product. And with this, you can also create your listing and you can create more attractive listing to the customer because you know actually who wants something. By the way, guys, if you read 50 bad reviews, you read all these good reviews, you pretty much know exactly what people struggle with, what they want for, what they don't like, what they like, and come on. What happens now is you have the power. You have the power to create something that they really like. And now the question is like you need to also tell that. You need to bring that information alive on the listing. Don't create listing randomly. Basically, you should not create anything on your listing randomly. Every single bullet have to be backed up with some information you made a research on, right? And that's why this tool is important because it asks you these questions, which helps you to make better product on the market. And this comparison image, by the way, Like if you're not able to explain me in 10 seconds, why should I buy your product instead of competitor products? Again, how people should know why they buy your products. If you're not able to do that, if you're not even doing that, you should do that. Cool. So this week we spoke about how to do this research and how to gain competitive advantage. So I hope it helped you. This is something we do all the time. And yeah, so next week we're going to speak about how to create images and copy, which will make people to buy your product better. So next week we're going to speak about, next Thursday we speak about images and copywriting and these bullets and the images, all that stuff. We're going to walk through, I have some examples and you will learn about that as well. So cool. Anyway, so by the way, if you're interested in advanced tactics to save time and money and make these products finally sell on Amazon, then click the sign up here. This is the building the system for my own employees, step-by-step plan. Again, improved plan, which I improved from Amazon Mastery. It's a new system that I'm using, which starts with blueprint, then the next tool that creates you better images, the next tool which creates you keyword strategy and stuff like that. Anyway, it's a webinar, you can check it out. You can join it. We're gonna do this next week. And there we're gonna introduce you this whole thing. And then you can, if you want, then you can have it. Our whole system, how we release products, do products, sell products.